Hi, hello everyone. I'm Amzin and welcome to my channel Digital Guide 2025. I'm here to excited to start my YouTube video. I'm here to clarify your doubts and clarifications. Okay, my first of all, you go into video. You need to subscribe my channel Digital Guide 2025. Okay, I need to start my video. I'm going to start my video with digital communication, optical communication. Okay, our channel name is Digital Guide 2025. That's why I need to start in digital communication or optical fiber communication. Okay, optical fiber communication. In optical fiber communication, the light is the main thing which is need to transfer information from one place to another place. Okay, just we think the what is light and what are the properties of the light. The light is electromagnetic radiation which can our eye can detect uh, a rays, and the light rays, visible rays that can human eye can detect. So thereafter the properties, light can changes the speed with respect to the material, and it go through the material. Automatically the speed will changes to material to material. Let me give the example of medium 1 and medium 2. Let's take medium 1 is air and medium 2 is water. Light is traveling through water, and it can be reflected to the N2, that is water. The speed of air is different to the speed of water. Okay, like we give example, the speed of light in vacuum is 3 meter per second. That is more speed than the sound. Okay, just we need to understand what is the light and what is the main source of the light. How the light is going through transfer information from one one place to another place. Let me to take example. If a person is in light through air and is passed through the into the water, at the time the speed of light which is present in the air is going through changes with respect to the water. That is the main example. Okay, next what of the light and the properties of the light. The properties of the light main goes to the main is refraction and reflection. Reflection means when light is reflected within the same medium. That means if a person one is reflected a light in n1 medium and that goes reflected in that only medium, that is the same medium. That means we can say that the angle of incidence is equal to angle of refraction. That is going to we say that reflection. In this, the both angles are same. Then we go to the next is refraction. Refraction means a light, a person which is going to visit the light is which goes to incident on n1 and that is reflected to n2. That means angle changes to with respect to the mediums. But we can say that Snell's law. Snell's law. The formula is we can going to send the light from n1 and that can be reflected to n2 towards the plane and to away from the normals, which is normal. The present is we can say that a normal. A normal is say that we can the a perpendicular to the circumstances other than interfaces. So you know that sense law formula n1 sin theta 1 is equal to n2 sin theta. That means n1 sin theta 1, the sin theta 1 which is a incident angle and the sin theta 2 is a reflected angle. Then we know that we can see how the angles are changes. That means we need to transfer the light ray in medium 1 and then go to reflected in medium 2. That will changes with respect to the angles. That means we can say the example of like if a light is traveling from rare to denser medium, that means a light ray which is traveling rarer to denser, that means n1 to n2. If it goes to rarer to denser, that bends towards the normal. That means normal is like that. This is normal and it bends toward the normal. That is this like. And go to the denser to rarer medium. And another example, if light ray is traveling denser to rarer, in this example, the light it bends away from the normal. This is normal and bends away from the normal. Like an example of this refraction examples. So we need to think about the total and reflection and other examples like TR means if light is traveling from one place to another place, not in one place to another place. If light is traveling from n1 and that can be rotated in that way N1 only. That means if like optical fiber communication, this is N1 medium. If light rays traveling from this end and they go to the not reflect on another medium, this can reflect in this like in a wave particle. So we need to understand what is TIR and what is critical angle. Critical angle means if light is traveling from N1 and that can be reflected to another medium like N2, but not reflected, that can be passes throughout the interface line. This is interface line. That is nothing but this is normal. And there is interface line. The light goes through this like goes this like, not in reflected light this way. This goes in like this. Okay. Then after two, moving towards the optical fiber communication, how the light going to transfer from information from one medium to one other medium, how the light going to passes information from one place to another place. Like we say that అంటే ఒక ప్లేస్ నుంచి ఇంకో ప్లేస్కి ఎలా వెళ్తుందంటే ఇఫ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఆఫ్ బై పర్సన్ వన్ ఇస్ అంటే ఒకటి పర్సన్ ఇక్కడ ఇతర పర్సన్ అయితే ఇతను ఇక్కడ నుంచి లైట్ ఎలా ఇప్పుడు ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఉంది మీరు ఆడియో కాబట్టి ఇది డైరెక్ట్గా వెళ్ళిపోదు. దీన్ని ఏం చేస్తారంటే changes with respect to the electromagnetic signal line nothing but electrical signals. Like this way, we need to transfer the information from one place to another place. Then after we go to the block diagram of optical fiber communication. In this, we need to understand very easily how the light is going to from source destination and how the information is moving forward and safely moving to one place to another place. We need to okay, just look out into block diagram of optical fiber communication, and the first block is input information like audio, video, data, and the data into the physical form. We need to change the data into the electrical format by using convert these physical format to electrical format, which we use with the transducers. A transducer is a device which converts the physical data into electrical data that can be machine readable. That means then after we need to go to the encoding purpose. Encoding means which we need to encode the data, which means a human readable notations to a computer readable notations. That means which cannot be readable by human, and our data will be safe. And next we need to go through the next block is that the transporters. Not nothing but you need to transport the information through the optical fibers. By using these optical fibers, we need to reshape our data into the particular format. By using these, we shall take our data into the original format, and that cannot be visible to others. So you just transfer data into the optical fibers, the cables which is in the form of like this transparent cables. In these cables, the data will be transferred from one place to another place. And then after, just go to the another place, another section. That means the next reshaper. Next reshaper, that means a reshaper which is going to the transmission end and nothing but receiver end. In receiver end, our data will be encrypted. The encrypted data will not be read by the humans. That's why we need to go to the decoding the data. After going to the transmission of the data into the optical fiber, then we will decode the data. By decode the data, we need to use the algorithms to specify the functions which we need to decode the data, and that can be readable by the humans. After that, we need to reshape our data into the particular format, which in the past, our data, what will the format is going, that format will be visible to us. And next, we need to go the next block. That nothing but is then after transducers next. Decoding purpose like a destination. Destination nothing but after decoding the data will be the destination path, which is going to visible to a person to nothing but the receiver end. That can be a more secure manner. We need to transfer information through the optical fiber communication. By using these optical fiber communication, we are going to send the data in a secure manner. Like when there is no delays in between the middle way of the communication. Let me do say the properties of telephone communication system. with telephone communication systems, most of the times our voice can be disturbed by the another, nothing but disturbance which happen to the a third person. Is it? A third person will be interrupted in between the communication. Okay, then this will reduce by the optical fiber communication. That's why you need to use the optical fiber communication. The better way to communicate or transfer data within the single transfer of data within the shorter period of time. This will reduce our cost and efficiency. And next, this will improve the efficiency of the system. We're going to make our information in a secure manner. And as a property it should be a form of light waves. Can be speed is very high, or data will be going through into the optical fibers very fast, but that there is no delays between the communication. So that's why our data will be safe. That's why we need to use this type of communications. Will be more secure and more faster and is more predictable to determine our data into the secure manners. So that's why I need to use this type of communication system. Most of the cases most of the nowadays using the optical fiber communication to transfer the data in between the biases. Like we did example of two persons which are one in nothing but one in other state, one in the native state. Between the transfer information, in between, we need to send out optical fiber communication. There is no delay between the communication. So we just give the interrupt of data between the communication. So this purpose, the optical fiber communication will be the more efficient to run our data in a secure manner. Okay, thank you. Okay, just now we completed the optical fiber communication system, the block diagram, the help of block diagram, and we understand how the information will go through the optical fibers, and just we need to think how the communication will improve by day. So that we need to improve our mind to how to this type of communication will changing the speed and to reduce the time and make the efficiency of the data in a particular secure manner. So then after we need to think about the upcoming videos like digital communication. Then after this type of communication, right, like in digital we need to use the digital communication. In that we just go to the encode and decoding purpose. Encoding means we just need to encode the data. That means we just use the encoding algorithms to make our data in a secure manner. In the encrypted data means the data will be converted into a machine language that can be understood by the computer, that cannot be understood by the humans. That's why we need to secure the data. This type of communications will